Hey everybody, it's Nancy Yearout, and welcome to High Road to Humanity. Well, I had a guest all scheduled for today, but we couldn't connect. So I thought, I'm just going to come on and tell you what's going on with me and bring you some good information. First of all, I want to say, hey, hope everybody's doing well. It is springtime. We're heading into summer, and I just love this time of year. It's so awesome to be outside. And, I love the warm weather and the flowers. It's so great. I want to thank everybody who's been taking my angel classes. They're on YouTube. If you listen to my podcast and you don't watch my videos, I will tell you that I have three angel classes, one, two, and three. They're free. They're on my YouTube channel, and I teach you how to connect with spirit, how to ground with the earth energies, with the universal energies. And I also go through different universal laws that are in my book, A Guide to Angel Communication and Spiritual Law. So you can go onto my YouTube channel and they're free and you can watch each one. And I teach you how to connect with your own guardian angel. Also, if you watch my podcast, or if you watch my show and you don't know that I have a podcast, a lot of people don't realize you can listen to my podcast. It's also called High Road to Humanity. All right. So I just wanted to say that. A lot of times people don't know that. Also, if you haven't picked up A Guide to Angel Communication and Spiritual Laws, it is available at your local bookstore, Amazon, and at Barnes and Noble. I'm very grateful for Collective Inc. under Six Books they're out of the UK, to have published this information. Also, visit my website, nancyyearout.com. I've got a new empath class coming up. It's for sensitive people. So if you know children too, young adults. If you know young adults or older adults, it doesn't matter. I'm just kind of including everyone with this. There's a lot of sensitive people on the planet. The reason I bring up children is because at this time, there's so many sensitive souls that have come in to help raise the vibration here on the planet. So I'm working on a new empath class, and you can find that on my website, nancyyearout.com. Okay, and I just want to say that real quick so that you guys know that it's really important that, it's hard to navigate when you're an empath because you pick up the energy of other people. You pick up the energy, we all do. We all have an aura that surrounds us because we are made of energy. We have these energy fields and we're energetic souls. And, that's why I'm always trying to get everybody to connect because it's like, you're plugging into the computer, into the motherboard when you're plugging into God, and you're plugging into the motherboard when you're plugging into the earth. So that's why I'm always like so big on this. But empathic people really pick up on the energy of the earth and the energy of the space. Like if a really tragic accident happened in a space, in a room, an empathic person, a sensitive person could pick that energy up immediately. And believe it or not, it affects us. So it's just really interesting. So the class is how to protect yourself, how to guard yourself, how to deliver good energy to others, so it goes both ways. So it's a kind of cool class that I'm working on right now. So I hope you'll check that out. You can book a reading with me. I do psychic readings, I do card readings, I do angel readings, and I do energy healings also on my website. So you can book all of that there. I'm going to pull an angel card today because I love the angels, and we all have a guardian angel that's with us from the time that we are born and is with us throughout our entire life. And so today I want to pull a guardian angel card, and we're going to see what the angels, and I get God of reflections. Okay. So the qualities you see in others are simply your own reflection. And I'm going to read this because I think it's really important that we hear what the angels have to say. So here's your message. You're giving away your power because you fail to recognize and acknowledge the many wondrous qualities that you possess. These qualities you admire in others are simply reflections of the same qualities within you. Yet often you falsely believe that others are better than you in some way. It is now time to let go of this belief and allow beauty, talent, creativity to shine through. From now on, every time you see beauty in another, let it serve to remind you of your own beauty. If you recognize success in another, check to see how success also exists within you, and so on. As your perceptions are brought into balance, you become a more effective force in the world and have more impact on those around you. By acknowledging all the beautiful qualities that you already possess, you open the door to an endless stream of abundance and blessings which stem from the heart of creation. And it's really interesting. I was reading, Susan Shimsky has a wonderful book on affirmations and prosperity. And she talks about the love of the self. And, I talk about the love of the self also in my book here. But, it's just recognizing, sometimes when you know this stuff, but when you read it and you hear it in a different light. And what she was saying is, the more you love yourself, the more the universe rewards you with love, prosperity, abundance, everything, So the more love you have in your heart and soul for yourself, the more love and prosperity you draw to yourself. And I just think that's really cool. And I wanted to read today, and I just wanted to talk about this because, the love of the self is really important. And in my book, I talk about this and the spiritual laws because I want people, if you're going to connect with your guardian angel, then you have to understand how the universe works, how the energy works. And so this is really important. So the first spiritual law that I talk about in my angel book is be true to yourself, and to thine own self be true. That's what William Shakespeare said a long time ago. And you'll hear people say this, but it's the truth. You are a beautiful soul. Be you. Do not be afraid to be who you truly are and to say what you stand for, okay? Because your true essence is held in your heart and soul. So trust yourself, your own intuition, the feeling inside of your heart and soul. Learning to trust yourself is not an easy feat. Your confidence will automatically grow as you do begin to get in touch with your own inner self. And that's true. You become more confident in yourself when you're connected with the divine. You also become more joyful. I will say that too. And when you connect with your guardian angel, you become more joyful. You're at a joyful state, you're at a higher vibration. So you reach the point when you will reach that point when you have made the best choices for yourself, not caring about what others may think of you or how they will react to your choices. So it's peaceful knowing that you're on your path. Many people refer to this behavior as being your authentic self. You'll hear that a lot. People say, oh, my authentic self. You're living your best life. And I believe we should all be who we are because we're all these beautiful souls, right? Inside these bodies. So according to spiritual law, you may have anything your heart desires. Let's begin by addressing frequency and universal energy. So let me just read this to you. Everything is energy. You've heard this, I know. And that's all there is to it. Einstein also said energy cannot be created or destroyed. So that's how we're always going to live forever. It can only be changed from one form to another. E equals mc squared, the theory of relativity, it says that matter and energy are interchangeable. Isn't that interesting? I love that. When you look at it that way, you realize that we are these energetic souls. And that's why, when we leave this plane, we just take we go into a different form, but we're still energy. I believe, and I know this for sure. Actually, I know for sure. When we're in our etheric bodies, when we're in our energetic bodies, we don't have the ability to hug or to kiss or to pet a cat or to pet your dog or to hug your child or, to taste a strawberry. All these different things. Have a cup of coffee. I love my cup of coffee in the morning. But when you're on the other side, you don't have that ability. We are so blessed to be here in these bodies to experience what it's like, to ride on a roller coaster, to drive in a car and let the wind blow through your hair, to ride in a convertible, to go to the drive-in theater, all these things, to run through the grass with your bare feet, to walk on the beach, all those things we have, we are so grateful that we have it. Humanity is at a point where most people understand that everything is made up of energy and that this energy originated from the divine source that created all. right? So the creator of the rocks, the trees, the plants, the birds, the bees, the fish in the sea are all living energies. And they are all as alive and vibrant as we are. So humanity is now recognizing that everything is alive and full of universal energy. We as humans are waking up to our unique gifts that make each of us unique, energetic beings. And we all are such powerful. Humans are very powerful. We have a lot of power. We just haven't learned how to utilize our power, and now we are. So the vibrations of our thoughts and words and emotions, we talk about this a lot on the show, go out into the universe and your frequency is received. It's just radio waves. Same way you tune into a radio station, you're going to tune into your frequency. And this is how the universe is set up. So the answer you're searching for may not be what you imagined it would be. Often we receive something even better than we had anticipated receiving. So know that what you've asked for or what you prayed for may not come in your time frame, but you are heard. I want everyone to know that you're always heard. Your frequency is heard by the divine source, by God, and your answer will come in divine timing. So it's really comforting to know that. So now that you know everything is energy and frequency, you understand the power of the spoken word, the power of your thoughts and emotions. Prayer is the perfect example. When a group prays in unison with the same intention, the results are amazingly powerful and miracles occur. And that's why it's so important, That's why people, I say a lot of affirmations. I watch my words. I'm not perfect, but I'm learning to watch what I say. Because what we speak, and Jesus talked about this in the Bible, what we say, that vibration goes out into the universe, and the universe responds accordingly. Okay, so that's how that works. So, truth be told, when we allow outside influences to affect us, it can become a chain that binds us to a lower frequency. And we become stuck in the frequency of trying to please others. Isn't that true? You hear about people pleasers because you get in that mode, and you forget about yourself and you got to come back to self. So this occurs when we're concerned about others' opinions of who we are and who others believe we should be. So we have to detach ourselves and be true to ourselves. When we release these attachments to what others think of us, their judgment of us, we go free. Isn't that cool? So when we release what no longer serves us, then we cannot be manipulated emotionally because you're not attached to what anybody else thinks, or nobody can tell you how you should feel. You know how you feel. And this is when you're in your own power. Okay. You hear people say, take back your power. This is how you free your soul to become your true, authentic self. Now, I'm reading out of my book, you guys, A Guide to Angel Communication and Spiritual Law, but I just felt the need to talk about this today because our soul knows who we are and can feel the freedom when we are in our own power. It's really interesting stuff. So stand strong and knowing you are a child of the divine source and you are protected by your own guardian angel when you believe. So believe in yourself as we all have the knowledge inside of ourselves. We just must wake up that wisdom that lies deep within our souls. Regardless of your religion, you can have faith in a higher power, an energy that loves humanity unconditionally. The love you receive will fill that empty space. So a lot of people are out there looking for fulfillment with material items, with other people. Nobody can fill you up, and no material item can fill you up. Only you can fill you up. So we're all here to learn these lessons, and lessons that only can be learned while we're in the physical body through the five senses. And that's what I was talking about. And this is not news. Many people today realize that we're here to grow at soul level. So every situation in our lives creates a learning experience to bring about a better understanding of life and enhance our wisdom and our true essence. These life lessons evolve our souls to new heights. And the roadblocks that we encounter along the way is what will create soul growth and what creates who you are and who you will become. Right? So this is really cool. We're down here learning, and as we elevate, we elevate ourselves and we become different people. We become wiser as we get older. So as you progress through your life, you'll learn when you can come here you've learned what you came here to tackle. You become your authentic self. And many people are waking up and they're realizing that They've been born at this time to experience and help humanity raise our vibration to love, kindness, and compassion for all humanity and for the plants and the trees and the animals that live here with us on Earth. Okay, because we're all connected. Remember that we're all connected. So the animals are trying to raise their vibration, the plants are raising their vibration. We're all doing this at the same time. Isn't that interesting to know? So, because we're all connected, each of us has our own unique gift that makes us special. Not one of us is exactly alike. It's your uniqueness that is your true essence. Remember that. As we all begin to explore ourselves in this age of Aquarius, we become more aware of our gifts. So when you go with the flow and be who you truly are, you are more in tune with the universe, the energetic powers that be, and life will flow more smoothly for you as you connect to this high vibration of source. This is why I'm always like, we have to connect, we have to connect. There are so many benefits because we're little manifestors, and we'll talk about that. So, because we create what we like, if you are new to this concept, I want you guys to be open minded because when you ask for something, the key is to know in your heart and soul that you're going to receive it or something better. And that's how you manifest. Okay. You have to believe it. So, we'll get into believing and faith and all that stuff maybe next time I come in. I want to do a heart card today before I get out of here. I love doing the cards. I like heart cards. These are really cool. These are John Holland's heart cards. I hope you guys are resonating with what I'm saying because it's really important that we work on ourselves, that you work on you, that you do for you. Do for you because if you're not good, nobody else is good. And when you're good, then you attract somebody who's at your high vibration. So for those single people out there, okay. And even, you will, everything changes when you start to connect with the divine source, with the radiant one, with God. So let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna, what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna shuffle and see what flies out. May the light of God surround us. May the power of God protect us. Wherever we are, God is. Okay, hold on. What is the message for my audience today, for whoever's watching me out here today? These are love cards. They're from the heart. I'm just saying they're from the heart. Not necessarily love, but from the heart. I guess the heart is love, right? So, all right. So what's the message, Spirit? I'm asking for a message. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay. And I get new vitality. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful card? The number one, new vitality. And I'm going to read it to you and tell you what the message is that Spirit wants you to know. And of course, it takes me a minute to find it. Okay, I did. This is what the card looks like. So if you're listening to me on the podcast and you're not watching me on the YouTube channel, it's a gentleman and he's playing the flute, and the flute has every color of the rainbow, and it says new vitality. And this is what this means, and this is what your message is. So the key words are revitalize, focus, enthusiasm, and joy. Okay. There's great potential to revitalize your relationship right now, both with others and with yourself. Oh my goodness. Seize this energy and infuse more warmth and enthusiasm into all of your relationships. Have fun with other people and feel how this will lift your energy and spirits. This raised rate of vibration will assist in improving current relationships and in drawing new relationships to you. See your loved ones in a different light. For the time being, set aside any difficulties. Focus on humorous and loving aspects and think of creative ways to add more laughter to your life. The more joy you add, the greater the energy level and the higher the vibration, bringing beautiful, renewed vitality. Let your relationship Let your relationships sparkle. Your spirit guides are ready to help you with this. Ask them for assistance. So ask your angels, ask your spirit guides to help you raise your vibrations. And they love it when you laugh and they love it when you're joyful. All right. Well, this is your message for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be back again next week. I hope everybody takes care. Hope you have a fabulous week. God bless.